Hi, everybody. This is your stay-at-home grandma. I'm just bringing you uh, an update on my son and everything, letting you know that I'm doing okay. And just had a lot of paperwork to fill out. Mm. And then I had to talk to, would tell, had to tell his little granddaughter because it was her birthday this weekend. To his birthday and her birthday the same month, and it was her birthday this weekend, so we just opted not to tell her anything until tonight. And so, I got on FaceTime with her and, we all told her and everything like that. All the kids were here and everything. And, we told her we loved her and things like that. And then she's only 7, but she was heartbroken, you know. But I explained to her that, he wasn't well for a long time and she knew that, and that he was just in pain. And hi, Jelly Bean. And he's in a better place. A 7-year-old is not going to take it like that. I mean, I'm 34. I'm 74 years, 74. I might as well say 74. So it'll be 74 next month. And I'm not taking it well. Um, I know, I know. She was just crying and everything like that. You know how you wish you could reach through the screen and hug her, but it just didn't happen. But you know, but all the kids were here, so they let her know that she's loved and all of that. I mean, and he was so close to her. He was close to all of his nieces and nephews and his grandchild. So you know, just in case you're wondering, I'm drinking coffee. I am drinking coffee, but I did put his GoFundMe on my banner that's going round and round and round. Yeah, but again, I have to say he did a Betty White on us because he went 2 weeks before his birthday, just like her. He had to make it good. But I'm doing the paperwork now. I've got to fax everything in tomorrow to the funeral home. They still haven't picked a date yet, but they will. And I'm just hoping. Well, I'm not like I said before. Yeah, I see that. I see that. I see that. Yeah. Really, you know, BG's it didn't amaze me because I kind of knew the kind of guy he was and everything like that. And the little backstory about Joey, ever since he was little, he would always like give to people and stuff. He my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, and her brother, who is by another mother, okay, and then my daughter's kids, okay, he would just take them to the house on the weekend and stuff like that, and just yeah, I know yeah, I do, I believe that. But he would take them to the house, he would take them to the beach. He was really, he didn't have any children. Selena is not his child, but it's his girlfriend's daughter's child. But he raised his girlfriend's daughter, and so in this family, the way I was raised and the way I raised my children is when somebody comes to you and they come, treat them like family, and then they won't go away. But he did, and so he would take kids in the neighborhood and give them money and things. He was just, I mean, he wasn't an angel. I know that. Okay, let me turn this off too. I gotta turn something off. God, it was on. He wasn't an angel, and I never expected him to be. But he was a really good guy. And I was talking to his father today, and he said, when you think about it, he really didn't like college, so he left. You know, you know what? I've known that, and I have a lot of relatives that I'm really close to, but family for me is my best girlfriend that's coming tomorrow. She lives here, and she's coming tomorrow to sit with me so I can finish these papers and take them and have them faxed. Um, my other girlfriend, who was Joey's godmother, when my mother got sick, because my family was in Connecticut and down the Cape and stuff like that, which wasn't far away, but we were in Boston proper. When my mother got sick the first time, my girlfriend's mother stepped in and took me to the house and everything like that, because she went to the hospital like right away. And so family to me is whoever steps up to the plate, that's going to roll with you, that's going to be there for you come what may. That's family to me. So you're right, it isn't blood relatives always. And sometimes blood doesn't do what they're supposed to do. My family pretty much, but we've had a couple of stray cousins. But I just came on to let everybody know I'm all right. I talked to Smoke King earlier, and I gotta call him later before I go to bed. I'll call him about 8:30 just to make sure that he is okay and stuff, because it it kind of, when I went off Robin's podcast yesterday, I was like, just, I wasn't taken aback. I was just, I don't know. I think that you just kind of are here, and then you lose it, and then you get your strength back up, and then you lose it again. And I think it's going to be a while. I know you are. And I mean, it's not, see, the thing is, they're getting ready to go in about a week or so, to the funeral and stuff like that. Not the funeral, the celebration of life, because we're not having a funeral, because Joey would not want to be put in a coffin. Hey, XX, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm good. Joey would not want to be put in a coffin. He always said he never wanted to be paraded around like it's a circus, and he can't be there. So today I had to find music that he liked when he was a kid. And there's a couple of songs. One is Doing the Pigeon. If you haven't heard it, look it up on YouTube. It's a little kid song, but it was his song, and he used to go through the house singing it, doing the pigeon. I was I was crying and laughing at the same time, you know. But he was a funny kid. He was a funny kid. He used to have me. He used to just say things, and I would just stand there and go, "Did he just say that?" But he was a funny kid sometimes, you know. I'm gonna miss him. I missed that phone call with, "Hey, Ma, what you doing?" You know. But anyway, I'm gonna go, and I'll tell stories about Joey. I'm just not. I had to do this paperwork, and that paperwork is no joke. No joke. We had to do paperwork, because me and his father, because I didn't know this. I thought it was just the state for one reason, but you can't cremate a body unless you have permission. Hey, Ray, how are you? Yeah. So you can't cremate the body unless they have permission from both the parents. If the parents are dead, then they get other people. Yeah. See, today was Valentine's Day, and I forgot to take the pictures of the candy boxes that I made for the kids. And it was real funny, because I was just going to give them some candy and wrap it in a bow. And somehow or other, I got the fortitude to get up off my butt yesterday. And yeah, but see, yeah. Um, fix the girls their usual candy bouquets that I make with the ribbons and everything like that. And so I made them. Amira, is your candy package still wrapped, or did you get in it already? It's done. Okay, never mind. I was gonna, yeah, happy Valentine's Day. I was gonna show it to you, but they went through their candy like Grant did Richmond. And if anybody doesn't know what Grant did to Richmond, look it up in the history. It was in the Civil War. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Um, and they they liked it and they were happy because I had to well, the whole time that I was making it, I was talking to Joey. So, you know, but I had to make it because I make it for them every year. So, I just got up and I did what I had to do. I didn't do the cupcakes, however. Well, it's sort of like it looks like a bouquet, but it has ribbons on it. Those little ribbons that you get from the dollar store, those little curly ribbons and stuff like that. Um, and then I tie it. I actually get a toilet paper. Well, I can do it two ways, but I got a toilet paper roll this time, and I put a little cardboard under it, and I tightened it real good with the glue, and I put some candy in the middle of it, and then I glued the candy all around it. Took some jute string and tied the string on it, and then put the ribbons on it and then the to and from card on it. So because the first one I made when Amira graduated, and I made like a big bouquet, you know. But I wasn't gonna give them a whole lot of candy because their parents ain't go, especially not my great grandchildren's father, you know. But and I gave him a piece of candy too. But you know, I did what I had to do because I knew that they would expect it. And I guess I should have come on last night and did it on here, but for some reason, thank you, Mario Heat. Thank you so much. Um, Anybody want to come up? Because I'll stay up for a while if anybody wants to come up. Just say yes and I'll mail you the. I think I know how to do this. I'll put it in here. I'll stay on for a while if you want to come up for a while. It's there if you want to come up. But this is coffee because, like I said, I'm glad, and I'm sorry to say this, but I'm glad that I don't have to go through any of his stuff. I'm glad because I don't know that I could hold it together like that if I had to. Maybe that's an out, but because I'm in Delaware and they're in Tewksbury in Massachusetts, you know, um, that's his girlfriend's. I don't want to say his girlfriend's job, but he's been with her for 18 years. I never even knew that. I knew they've been there some years, but I didn't know it was 18. Time goes by quickly when you're having fun, but I think that that's her stuff and his stuff, and she needs to go through it with him. And then, of course, Carolyn, who I still haven't talked to yet, but I will. So, having said that, I'm good. You know, I don't think that I'm so strong as much as it's a realization now, kind of. Really? Let me try again. Let me try it one more time. Because I'm still not good at this. I don't know. I'm doing something. I'm trying to see something. Oh, I don't know. I can't seem to. Okay. No, it's this is. We'll try one more time. How you signing in? I don't know. I'll make some sense of this later then. If you want to try one more time, because it just told me that's that's all I'm supposed to do, I guess. Anyway, um, I was thinking probably maybe this weekend coming on, and everybody that has been affiliated with Joe will come on and tell me some stories because I don't. Oh, he's on. Okay.
Hi,
Hey,
Donia.
Mario, how are you?
Nice to finally meet you.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Nice to
How are
meet
you
you
doing?
too. Hate to under the circumstances, but I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I had a lot of paperwork to do today, which was not fun for Joey,
No,
you know,
I
but reality has set in now.
I can't
So
imagine.
uh,
That's the world we live in right now, where we have to file paperwork for everything.
yeah, I didn't like. I knew it was in this state because I don't remember what happened, but something I had to do. But I didn't know that it was in every state that when somebody wants to be cremated, that the parents or the family of that person has to okay it. I knew it was for when you're giving your body to science because I've given my body to science when I die. I want to go to science. Maybe they can cure somebody's fingernail or something. I don't know, but but okay. Well, I mean, people might have something wrong with their fingernails or something. Who knows?
I just I
Because
don't I don't know. I'm sorry.
you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
Out of all the possible things, I'm pretty sure the fingernails are. Well, you never know.
No, in my travels, I was a psychologist, and in my travels, I've seen people with black fingernails. So but I just wanted to make you laugh, because Joey would not want us to sit here and just moan and cry and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
if he could speak right now, he'd probably be like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talk about another thing. Nobody cares."
Mhm. Oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah. Knowing
that's
Joe
that
the way
was.
I know him, he
But
would
yeah,
not
Donia,
want.
you look good. You look
Thank
you
you.
you. I think that's where your son got his attitude from, the strength, if you want to call it that. Um,
Hmm.
Kind of sucks that I had to. I've seen you before with Robin on her stream,
Hmm.
but I never really got the chance to talk. I logged in right now because I have an online meeting at 7 my time,
Hmm.
so in like 40 minutes. And then I got a notification, and I just thought I would just drop in to, say hi and want to thank you for bringing your son to life and allowing us to meet him. I'm a very like you don't even know me. I don't even know Joey like fully. But I was very blessed, very thankful that we got to talk to him when he started doing his live streams, and I can't even imagine how he touched people's lives in real life. I mean, here I am, some guy super far away from you in Canada, and I miss the guy like I knew him for a while.
I'm finding that out. You know what I mean? I've learned a lot through you all about my son. I knew that he was a very private person, yet a caring person. I knew that. But I did not, it surprised me. It didn't surprise me. What actually it did is it made me really happy to know that there were so many people that loved him. You know, um, he had, what happened was, he had his own business and everything like that. And then, like I said, for those people that don't know, he got diverticulitis. Hi, Robin. And my mother had that, and that's a very debilitating disease, that involves your intestines. And, you know, um, so he lost a lot of what he had, but he did not lose his sense of humor.
No, no,
You know what
or
I
the
mean?
sass.
Hmm?
Your son was a pain in the ass. I'm sorry to tell you this, but he used to tease me so much.
He teased everybody. He didn't. Hey, he had no discrimination because he would tease
No,
me.
yeah, I know. But one day, he inboxed me on Twitter and he said, "Hey, brother, I hope you're doing okay. Um, good luck in your future endeavors. I hope you know that I'm joking." And like he didn't have to say that. I knew it. I have that similar kind of sense of humor too. But you're right. He cared enough to be like, "Hey, it's all jokes. I actually." He was a very good guy. Flawed, sure, but like we're humans, right? We all have our problems.
Oh yeah, I know, but I also know that my son was no angel either. I could tell you some stories, and I probably will. And I'm going to put the site back up again if anybody wants to come up. I think what we should do, okay, and this is just my thoughts, is to have not like a roast because he's not here, but I think that we should have some kind of something, maybe Saturday night or something, or Sunday night, where everybody just talks about Joey, and especially like the people from Paranormal Hood, because I don't really know all of you. I know Robin and I know Maggie and a couple of other Jilly Bean, but I don't know all of you. You know what I mean? So I would like to know how he came into your life, um, how he came into your life, you know, if there were any changes that he helped you make or something like that, or just the fact that you knew him, because that makes me feel stronger and better, you
You
know?
know what? Speaking of that, because I'll be honest with you, this whole like, if you want to call it virtual community, for me started on like, yeah, sure, you watch videos and stuff, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you don't really connect with the person on the video. You just see them as someone providing you content. And one day, Jiggy
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh, during the pandemic, which understandably so, we're all at home. Everyone's kind of like either depressed or stressed or a combination of both." And then your son one day was like, "Hey, you know what? I'll open it up. Hey, you want to come on, talk. I don't care." And I'm like, "Okay, let's get to know who the guy who is behind the camera giving you a show, smoking weed, and being your son." And it was interesting to find out that he was number one. He was the same guy that he was in the show. Like he just told you what he thought, no filter. Just it is what it is, and yeah, and he
He
had
did not get that from me. He did not get that from me. But let me tell you something.
no.
No, I have filters, but okay, his father never had a filter. And I have a granddaughter who's 12 years old that doesn't have any filters.
But
So
Joey had, yeah, your son had, I don't know, less than no filters, but it was refreshing. And then you start talking to him because we all weirdos there that hung out in his show had one
Hey,
thing in common, which is like, oh, hi, Robin.
hi,
Speaking of
Mark.
no filters,
Okay, continue on with your
uh,
story.
yeah, no. So all of us weirdos, we have one thing in common, which is one way or another, we believe that there's more to life, but maybe there isn't, in the sense of the paranormal, right? Like so, like ghosts, aliens, whatever you want to call it, right? But and it was refreshing to see your son being like, yeah, I can entertain bullshit while I'm calling it bullshit and make fun of it. And it was nice to see that person who was portraying himself as this tough skeptic, oh, I don't believe this guy or the other guy, you're all full of shit, let me smoke a blunt, was the exact same person in real life too.
Mhm.
And it was great. And then we started talking, and then you mentioned roasting. No, we should roast him because he's not here.
Yes,
We can finally do something about it. Because
yeah.
if we
Oh
I,
God,
he,
that would be exactly the same for me because I roasted his ass every single time we talked.
these two were
I know.
forget it.
See, the thing is, like I turn into a pumpkin at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm done. I take my shower and I go directly to bed. I do not pass go. Okay. And I would turn his channel on just to hear his voice, and stuff like that. And I would
Yeah.
fall asleep, but I would always hear Robin and Joey getting in something. And that's how I met Robin, actually, through him.
Yeah.
And at first I said to him, "How dare you say something to a senior citizen like that?" I said, "You never
Really?
want anybody to talk to me like that." And he said, "Mom, we're just joking. We're just joking." And I said, "Okay." And then
Yeah. Yeah, that was so sweet that you came to my defense. But
uh,
I held my own. I held my own. I could kick his ass,
yeah,
and
well,
I could.
we're older, so we might be older and slower, but we don't. A good bowling
We're
ball never hit anybody's
precise.
head.
I know. Yeah, a little 6-inch jab with your cane. Boom.
Yep.
Yep. Perfectly placed. Yep. Yep. But you know what?
Wait 1 second, Robin. Ray of Sunshine, why
Sure.
don't you come up?
Yeah.
They're
If
scared
you
of
want
Robin
to
now.
listen again, I would like to actually have you come up if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Robin. I'm sorry.
Come on. I forgot what I was. Oh, okay. So after a few shows with Jiggy of our bantering back and forth and him just, well, he kicked my ass too. But it was all joking. And he took one show at the beginning of it and told me what a good sport I was. And the that I didn't get offended or and that I rolled with. That was such a nice compliment from Jiggy. And then I never heard anything like that again. But it was a one-off.
He would give, like, there was this girl that liked him. I'll never forget it. And they were little. I mean, they weren't little. They were like, I think, in sixth or seventh grade or something like that. And he came home and he said to me, "Well, so and so likes." I can't even think of the girl's name. And I said, "Yeah. And what do you want me to do?" He said, "Well, I want you to explain to me how I'm supposed to do this." And I
Oh,
said, "Well, what does the girl look like?" And he said, "Well, it's not all that pretty and stuff like that." I said, "That doesn't mean a thing. Okay, that doesn't mean a thing." He said, "Well, yeah, because you always say, pretty is as pretty does and everything like that. And I'm supposed to look for her heart and stuff like that." He said, "But she's just really quiet and everything like that. And I'm noisy and loud with all my friends and stuff like that." I said, "But everybody doesn't have to be you or be a part of you.
yeah.
Sometimes when you pick a partner, and not that I want you to pick a partner right now, but when you do, sometimes the partner has to be opposite of you. I said,
Oh, I
"Oh,
know. Who wants somebody just like them? How boring.
yeah, you know what I mean?" And,
Spice
I,
it
and
up.
he said, "Okay, well, whatever." Well, they became friends, and they were friends for years. Okay, and I don't really know what happened to the girl after that. I don't know whether she moved away or whatever. But you know, I think that I don't know his whole going out with people and stuff like that. But I hope that that's what happened because I said, "You don't look at people's looks." I said, because in the end, if you're thinking about spending some time with that person, everybody's looks change as they get older. They get older, they start losing teeth, they start losing hair. And he said, "I'm going to lose my teeth." And I said, "Probably."
Oh, didn't he lose his hair?
No, he shaved his hair, his head bald.
Oh, okay.
So he really had hair?
Yes, he did. He had a lot of hair. He had locks.
Did he? Oh, for heaven's sake.
I'm going to try to, okay. I'm still new at
Pictures?
StreamYards, but I've got pictures of all kinds of things, and I'm going to try to upload the pictures some kind of way into
Yeah.
StreamYard. So,
Hmm.
You're gonna have to expose him. Yeah, we need to see the hair.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
boy. Over the coming days and weeks, um, we're gonna learn even more about Jiggy. It's just he has so many layers and levels, and um, I'm dying to see pictures of him when he was young. I'm
Oh,
really
yeah, I'm going to do that.
no sweet. I thought he was bald headed.
Yeah, because what I'm going to do is what we're going to do is I'm going to, because I have mostly all the baby pictures. I don't know whether his father has any or not, but I have all the baby pictures. So I'm going to do the baby pictures and stuff like that. And when he was in
Oh,
school, and those kinds of things, so that people can really see he was a little boy once upon a time.
oh,
Hey,
that's so
hey
darling. Hi,
everybody.
BG's
Hi,
Beach.
Whoop
Donia.
whip.
Hi.
Can we just not forget that he had dreadlocks like PM Dawn? That's what we used to give him shit for that. So,
He had dreadlocks. What?
like PM Dawn, the singer.
See, I'm dying to see a picture of that.
I only heard about
He
that.
had it up on one of his streams, like one of his single streams. He had his picture up at the start of the stream. And we were just like, PM Dawn, look at you. And that's why I'd give him shit. So,
I'll be damned.
but Donnie,
Yeah,
I wanted to talk to
he knew
you.
he had hair.
Oh yeah. I've only known Jiggy since 2018, and it's really weird how we all met. But like, I met this group of people that you're seeing online, and they are the best group of people out of tragedy. And my partner of 25 years passed away, and I found him, and it was horrible. And so I kind of empathize with you. I kind of understand.
Of course you do.
But these guys helped me through, and it's just lovely that everyone's sharing stuff about Jiggy, because he meant a lot to me, and I know like I get upset, but
That's okay.
he was such a good man, like he'd check in on us, and I'm blessed to know these people online because they got me through, and Jiggy was a big part of that, and I just wanted you to know that. I'm 44. I was with my partner since I was 15.
Oh, honey.
And it's hard to lose somebody and just find yourself at the age of 44 going, what do I do now? And
yeah.
So for me,
I'm going to try to get his girlfriend Liz on, because I think that Liz needs us at this point, because Liz and Carolyn both, because see, he didn't live in the house with him, he lived with a roommate, and the roommate found him and then called Liz. So Liz stayed with him the whole time. He was warm until he was cold.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I wasn't there.
Gosh.
So hard.
But what happened is, I'm a visual person, so when you tell me things, I begin to visualize it.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, at least he wasn't alone.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, that was one of my first statements to all of us that were just absorbing the news. We said, I hope he wasn't alone, and he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, that's just.
And the policeman that actually, Liz called me, and the policeman that actually talked to me, because he knew most of the police in almost all the states in Massachusetts, because he had a security business. I'll answer that later. And he was really well liked, but the thing is, like I said, I'm visualizing this, and I'm starting to cry, and I'm saying, what are you crying for? At least he wasn't by himself, because they kept telling him to go to the hospital. You know what I mean? And he didn't want to go to the hospital. He had been in and out of the hospital for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I think and I knew when I looked at him in October, I said, my son is not looking good. Yeah. He's not looking good, but yet he would call me and, tease me and stuff like that. We talk Christmas time. he would come on my shows and stuff like that. I would come on his shows and I would always say hi to everybody. Look, I'm going to be asleep in a minute, but hi, and I would leave it on and stuff like that. And I knew in my heart that he was going to die. Okay. So I think
Yes.
that's why I accepted it a little bit better than everybody else has, because the mother just knows in her heart when something is wrong, and he wasn't alone. He was loved by people. I mean, the little 7-year-old girl, okay, Nina, was heartbroken today when we told her.
Oh God. Oh.
You know what I mean? My grandchildren were heartbroken. That was their uncle. That was their Uncle Jiggy. That was their Uncle Joe Nuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no matter what we think or what we believe, what I believe is that when he crossed over, he met my mother, he met my father, who he had always wanted to meet. But my father died when I was a little girl. He met his grandfather, he met his other grandmother on his father's side, he met his younger brother who was killed in a car accident when he was 16. So this is my husband's second loss, because we've been separated, we've been divorced forever, okay, like an
Yeah.
eternity. Because I've been married to the husband I'm married to now for 32 years. So, we divorced very early. But, we raised the children as best we could, you know. Um,
Yeah.
and I think, in fact, I know I did the best that I could do. And it shows, because I really, really always knew it, but I really knew it when I was on your show yesterday. And everybody was saying nice things about him, but everybody was saying nice things about it and meaning it. Because some people say
Oh
nice
yeah.
things about people. I can tell when people mean it and they don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think anybody was able to talk much without some tears happening. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Uh.
It's going to happen for a little while,
It
because
sure
your
is.
community is very tight.
Isn't
You
that
know?
amazing what Jiggy did?
Yeah.
He had a tight group. And
Yeah.
that was, we all knew that he had vast friendships beyond, you know, us,
Mhm.
but it was a tight group, and there was a good deal of affection and respect. Um, yeah, look what he did.
Mhm. Mhm.
Donia, I have to go because life calls. But thank you for this, and like I said, we're like a tiny part of your son's life. I wish I would have met him in person, and I could have visited him and even known about his show longer than this. But it
Mhm.
is what it is. Life happens, and you got to be thankful, and thankful for you, for him, for Smoke, and for
Yeah.
I know that you're not alone. You have Smoke, you have your family, you have everyone, but you also have us here, even
Yeah.
through this camera. And
Yeah.
just know that if even strangers that live far away from your son think that he was a very good person, then it's true. I mean, he was pain in the ass, sure, but he was a good guy.
Oh yeah. He was always
Good
a
to
pain in
see
the ass.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is. You can't win them all, right?
Nope.
you.
Nope.
But take
Yeah,
care
you
and have a
can
good night.
score
See
pretty
you,
high.
Robin.
Bye, Mario. Good to see you, sweetheart.
By Mario.
Bye.
Anybody else that wants to come on, I just put the link in there. I'm thinking, Robin, maybe we should do it Sunday afternoon. What do you
Sunday
think?
instead of Wednesday. Whatever's good for
No,
you. You've got a
no,
lot going on.
yeah, but I think that we should actually do a roast for him and stuff like that. Just because I I think that people should come up and tell stories.
Yeah, even if they're not roasty stories in particular, or
Hmm.
something funny, or um, yeah, an experience with him.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want to do Wednesday or Sunday? What do you think?
Let's do it Sunday.
Sunday. Okay. What's the date on Sunday?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh, okay.
The date
I'm
on
bringing
Sunday is the 20th.
20th, and then Jiggy's um memorial is
Is
the
next weekend.
26, 27.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
where it is, I don't know. But when I get everything in place, I'll ask my daughter. My daughter's trying to get something in place right now. So as soon as she gets it in place, I will put it on everything on here. For the next week, everybody, that's my crew. Okay, I'm not going to do much cooking or anything like that. I can barely wake up in the morning right now. I might do it, I might not, but I will be on every day to tell you what's up, to tell you
Good.
what's
Thank you.
happening with me and stuff like that. So nobody will be worried because my crew of people are also very close to me. And
Yeah.
I will also give you an update on um, um, what's happening, where things are going to be and stuff like that. So if any of my crew is in Massachusetts, you're welcome to go because you're my family. So my oldest daughter will accept you. My granddaughter will accept you. And then my next oldest daughter will be there as well. I will not be in Massachusetts. I can't. I
Yeah.
can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So, I'll be here and, we're going to Zoom it too, come to think of it. And I'm going to watch it on Zoom. That's all I can do. I can't.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'll be watching it on Zoom.
Yeah.
Or on.
And two, because my husband has been sick, as you
Yeah.
all well know, he's been very sick and he's got to go
You've
to the
had a
doctor.
lot on your plate, Donia. Hi, John. Real quick. Hi, John.
Yeah, but you know what?
You're a
I
mom.
I take life like this, and I've always taken life like this. Okay, I just step up to the plate and do what I have to do.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you soldier on and you keep doing it, and then you when you're by yourself, you go, and then that's when you can do tears. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, you just do it. You do it, do it, do it. I get it. But then I'm a real old lady too. Got some life behind me, just like you have. Um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that okay.
How you doing, John? How you getting by
Yeah,
today?
they have been bringing me Ray of Sunshine. They have been bringing me meals. They people. I I live in a very small town. Now, I remember I come from a big city. I come from Boston, Massachusetts, the heart of downtown, but I live in a
Hmm.
very small town because my parents used to send me away to camp, okay, and to the family and stuff like that because and I lived in the city and so I love the country. So I swore, okay, to God and all of his angels that when I got to be an adult, I was moving out of the city, and I wasn't kidding. There was water behind me. That shows you how countrified I am. Okay, so the people here have been wonderful to me. Wonderful, you
Oh,
know.
isn't that just lovely? Well, that speaks to the sort of neighbor you are too.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I
Take
just do
one to know one.
yeah, it comes naturally, though. You know what I mean? Like I said, one day I just said, I looked in the mirror and I said, "You have become your mother's daughter."
No.
Yeah, my mother was. You would have loved her. She would be right there with Jiggy laughing.
Oh, oh, how, s- oh, how sweet.
How are you, Jonaside? Am I saying this, Jonaside? How am I? Can I
John,
say your name to me?
You just call me John if you want.
Okay, how you doing, John?
Today was tough. Waking up, just I really think that Smoke King doing the whole thing all weekend helped because it was like one giant wake. You jump in on that in the chat. You had people to talk to and share your feelings. And the day was just it's tough, but I reached out to people and people reached out to me, and it's time life goes on, and it just don't want it to at this time. I've lost my parents. Last summer, I lost some dogs, and Jiggy was right there with me with my dogs and
he
helped me get through
was.
that with his shows and stuff. And he loved my dogs on the screen. It was so funny. He get my little chihuahuas right over here, just start barking. He comes
He'd,
down.
he'd play
It
a
was so cool.
soundboard
Yeah, he split the soundboard for this guy and get
of
them
the
all
dog.
barking at us and having a good time.
Yeah.
And I told this is Xerxes, he's my second youngest dog, and I told him, I was just talking to him because I talked to my dogs. I went, Jiggy's gone, and I'm sad. Jiggy's gone, and he just comes up and kisses me and just lays down on my chest
Oh,
Oh,
like
God.
he
Animals
understood.
know. Animals
He,
know.
dogs
it
know.
was
Oh,
just,
yeah.
I was
Animals
just
know.
like, but I go back to work tomorrow. I was off today, and my wife went out for Mexican for Valentine's Day, and that helped a little bit. And
Yeah.
Happy
a little bit.
Valentine's Day, everybody. Donia,
You,
John,
you
happy
too.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
Too.
I just wanted
What'd
to
you
come
have?
in,
What'd
just
you
tell you how
have?
much. I had a Mexican pizza.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
It
Yeah.
is. They're awesome. I love them. It's what I get. It's my go-to.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
Ashley, how
Renee
are
have?
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renee had a burrito of some sort.
Of some sort.
Yeah, it's a burrito
But
with
good.
Well, I did.
with-
I just did the kids today because they were all over my grandchildren and stuff like that because we knew that we had to be on the Facebook live for Selena later. So I did nachos in the pan,
oh yeah,
so I
cast
did
iron
nachos. Hmm?
and cast iron.
No, I didn't use the cast iron pan. I have
Oh,
cast iron pans, but I didn't use one. I just did it in a big frying pan. I did the nachos and everything and whatnot because I made them some candy bouquets and things. So, because I wasn't
Oh,
even going to do that, I was just going to give them the bags of candy and go here. And I think I got in my head, what would Joey do? So,
yeah.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. What would Jiggy
That's
do?
our
Yeah, that's what
new
he's saying. I got a dilemma now.
thing.
But what would Jiggy do?
what would Jiggy do? So I just sat up and I talked to Joe and whatever, and talked to his little picture and stuff, and I just made the little bouquets and everything like that. And it didn't take me long, but I did it. Hi,
I,
Six Drops. How are you?
Hey,
yeah,
Six Drops.
basic
Hey,
up.
there's a link up there, Six Drops.
I
Yeah,
was
if you want
driving
to
back
come.
from. I went to wrestling on Saturday, which was God. It was tough just to go to because every time I started to have fun and a match would end, I'd feel guilty for having fun.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, and
You
I don't
to
know why.
forget your
I
set.
know, and I know it's ridiculous because I know Jiggy be the first one to tell me, "Go have fun. Go do what you're gonna do." You know, don't stress, don't worry, don't cry. Go, be happy. You knew me, and I mean, I know. I mean, he said the same thing my dad would have said, and and I would say whenever it's my time. But it was just on the way back, I was just sad, and I just started talking to him, just out
Uh,
loud, just like, "I miss you, man. I'm sad." I mean, and that helped because I
yeah.
felt like he was listening, and and it just is what it is. But
And it's okay to relieve yourself of the grief for a few moments of having a good time. And and it's hard not to feel a little guilty about that, but sometimes you got to take a break from the grief.
Yeah.
Uh, whew, otherwise, it'll wear you down.
Yes, it
well,
will.
I go back to work tomorrow, so it's like you know me, Robin, always working, and
He's always working. Every granny show, he says, "I'm working, but I'm listening." Good mornings.
I'm working.
I'm worried about Smoke King because he's
Oh,
really taking it very hard. And
of
then he
course.
said, I might not even do the show anymore. And I said, you can't do that. You can't do that. Joey would not allow you to do that. So,
I like to
He could just take a little break.
take a
yeah.
break. That's all he wants to do. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, when Joey Jiggy was sick for after that surgery, and we didn't. I mean, I would reach out and say, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just recovering. I had surgery." Okay. And but Smoke did that show, and he says he didn't like doing those. He didn't like doing the show by himself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Well, they
and I
were
get
just
that.
the perfect foils for each other. And
Mhm.
yeah, they just had this smooth relationship. You could
Mhm.
see it. It was so easy to watch that and to hear what they had to say and passing the blunt back and forth. And
Oh, I smoke weed, and I'll be honest, I cannot keep up with those two.
I can't either. I
I've
I
tried
smoke
in a couple
weed
of
and I
shows, and
can't.
I'm like, no.
Uh-uh.
But I'll tell you, if one of my goals in life was to get to Boston and to join them, in the
Yeah.
background. And I would have tried to keep up. I probably would have fallen asleep, but I would have tried to keep up.
I know I
Yeah.
used to. Because first of all, like I told you all before, I have no clue what you were talking about at all. He had no clue. He would be talking about certain things and stuff like that, and I'd say, well, okay, what is that? But but I listened because it was his show. Did I agree with a lot of things? No, because I'm from a different era. But I'm well established in my life to understand that everybody is not going to believe what you believe. Everybody is not going to think what you think, and you have to think according to you, but then give the other person respect for what they think. Unless it is so outlandish that you just say, "Oh no."
Oh, I know.
It
And
really wasn't
or if,
outlandish. It really
yeah,
wasn't outlandish. It was just confusing to me because some of the
yeah,
things that he talked about I had never heard. So I would go and I would look them up and I said, "Oh, that is true." You know what I mean? You
yeah.
know.
I didn't know half of what they were talking about either. But it hooked me enough that I stuck around for a whole lot of the shows. Nearly all of them. Um, yeah, but I didn't get half of what they were saying.
I didn't
I
either.
did. I got it.
Well, of
I'm
course,
sure you
because
did.
you're this
You did, but
younger
I'm just
guy.
saying, you're
I'm the,
younger.
well, I'm the
Robin
same
and
age
I are,
as Jiggy. That's why I always thought me and Jiggy always had that thing. I was the same age. So he would talk about some movie reference or cartoon from the 70s or 80s.
Or something
And
growing up.
9
Yeah,
times out of 10, I would get them. And then
you were like
we
the
didn't,
only
they were like,
one besides a couple of others
well, I
that
just
got.
totally, it was always fun. And then it got to the point where he'd say something. I know Genocide knows. I'm like, yeah, I know. Do you want me to say in the chat? He's like, no. Let's see if anybody else figures it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
Six
know.
Drop says Genocide almost always understands the assignment.
Yeah.
True.
Well, me and Robin didn't get it. Then I know sometimes I didn't get it, but that's still it's his show because, like I said, he supported me and I supported his show. You know, or
Yeah.
he would come on and then I'd be cooking something. He said, "What are you cooking?" I tell him, and he say, "Well, did you do this and did you do that?" No. Well, want some more of this? Okay. You know, I mean, you finished?
Yeah, it's still, there's the last one's in the wash.
Okay. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to
Yeah.
miss him.
Yeah.
But the thing that I understand is that he's not in any pain anymore.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
what really, I think, and Robin, I think you really just hit the nail on the head when you were talking about when you talked to him that Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was. And I had talked to him that Saturday and he sounded really weak. So, I just kind of knew in my head, you know what I mean? Either he gets well or he's going to go, and he didn't, from what I'm understanding from Liz is that she would tell him, go to the doctors, go to the doctor. He's like, no, I'm not going. I'm not going.
Oh, he was toughing it out, wanted to tough it out. He
What we
could
do.
tough it out because he'd already been through the stuff. He had confidence that, he was all sort of fixed. And nah, I'm not going to the doctor for this. Boy, I could, you can almost just hear him.
Well, my
Nah.
dad had cancer, and he went through chemo the first time, and then he had mesothelioma, so it wasn't going to cure him. It was just to give him more, be able
Slow
to
it
be here
down.
with it.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do it a second time, and they said, well, we might have to do a second, maybe even a third, do radiation. And my dad looked at me and says, I'm not doing a second one. I said, I'll support you 100%.
Yeah.
My
My
mother
mom was
never
mad,
had
my sisters
radiation.
were mad, but
She
no,
refused it.
if you don't want to do it, I got you. It's your decision,
No
I wish
kidding.
he'd gone to the doctor. I wish he would have, whatever was ailing him. I don't, all the medical stuff, but I wish I just wish he was still here.
I
You know?
do too, but I think when they tried to put him back together again, some of it just didn't work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like
Yeah.
cut out right and sewed together wrong.
Yeah.
Like a
And I don't
quilt.
think it's any of the doctor's fault that it was sewed together wrong. I just really do feel as though it just wasn't working for him. You know what I mean? Because he
Yeah.
would get stomach pains, he would get stomach aches, he would throw up. I mean, not to be gross or anything like that. When Joey stopped completely, like he wanted to eat, and I said, "Well, what do you want to eat?" I don't know. He said, "Because I can't eat this and I can't eat that. It makes me sick." And I'm like, "Okay." Well, did you try some soup, some consomme? I said, you want me to send you a few things and stuff like that that I can dry, and then I can send them to you and you can rehydrate them again and stuff like that. He did drink tea and stuff like that, but I think towards
Yeah.
the end, I know for Christmas he made ham and stuff like that because we were talking when we were both cooking. But
Yeah.
I really do think that his love for life, the way we know it, the way we knew it, was
Excuse me.
going downhill. And I think when that starts to happen, people, they don't want to be here anymore. And I think that that's what happened.
No
In fact,
kidding,
I know
because
that's what happened.
and it's obvious, Jiggy was this robust, vigorous, guy. He traveled. He did his work with his company, and he was just an all out that living life. He was living life,
Mhm.
and then that life got so small. It
Yeah,
got
and
so small, and Donia, how long can you live with your life just being reduced to that?
you can't.
And thank God for the internet, Donia. If we didn't have the internet, who knows? You,
Mhm.
you know, um, I know Jiggy had, people around him and stuff, but so yeah, you know, in my fantasy head, I want to think that it helped kind of sustain him.
Yeah.
What he could do with Smoke King, um,
Mhm.
and with us, and yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but uh,
Oh, Robin.
I know,
Mhm.
yeah, his life wasn't the same
No, it
as
wasn't. It really
the
wasn't.
one he
You know,
enjoyed, the one he really
and
enjoyed,
and I
and
have to
he's
accept that.
Yeah,
yeah,
we all do. Yeah.
You know, I have. Well, yeah, we have nothing. We can't do anything
Yeah, but
now.
what's the
It was
alternative?
it was real funny because I asked the man in the funeral home yesterday. I said, "So are you taking care of?" I said, "This might sound crazy to you." I said, "But how's my son? Are you taking care of him?" And he said, "We're taking good care of him." You know,
oh, yeah,
I
I
just
hate
can't.
you.
I
I hate
can't even
you.
imagine him just laying there.
You know,
yeah.
but,
Well,
yeah, but we know that's just the shell now. It's not him.
it's not
I
he's not
know. I
laying there,
know.
but
Yeah. I know
it look
it's still.
it looks like you're Jiggy, but yeah, he's not in there anymore. Yeah, and we know that, we all know that, but you can't help but your feelings.
Yeah, and then when I got the paperwork, when I printed out all the paperwork that they sent me and stuff like that, I'm like, so this is real. This is real.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I was telling
That
him he
does
was,
drive it home. The legal stuff, the documents,
yeah,
the
I know. And then I was
confirmations. Yeah.
listening to, I was trying to get like songs for his sister from when he was a baby till now that he liked and stuff like that, because he liked his little songs. And there was one called Doing the Pigeon. Okay. And it was a Sesame Street song. Yeah. And I'm sitting up there and I'm listening to this because I'm going on, my YouTube and tapping in songs and stuff like that. I knew he liked and stuff like that. And I could see him singing this song and doing the pigeon, walking like a pigeon through the house. And he had me crying and laughing at him because he just looked back like, and I'm listening to this and I'm actually laughing and crying at the same time. And at that time, his father called and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Kind of, sort of, but then not." And then I was
Yeah.
telling him about the song. He said, "Well, I don't know that." I said, "Because you were probably at work when he was doing this, and
Oh
stuff." But
God.
yeah, I
Oh,
just, so I hope
so
that I
many
can
stories. And
I hope that I can put
Dania,
everything together with the pictures and everything so that you all can have them. We have them in here because I hope I can do this by Sunday. I guess I'll get my granddaughter to help because it's amazing the things that you remember as a mother. Okay,
yeah.
BGs. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
BGs. Sorry
Love
to
you.
see you go. But so good to see you, sweetheart. Cool whip.
No, In 6 drops, paperwork won't fix the problem.
Nope.
No. No 6 drops, it won't. 6 drops, you want to come on? Because you
6
can if you
drops.
want to.
Click on it. You were always, you know what? I have to go stop. I was gonna go on at 6 o'clock just to talk, but I'm talking here. Who needs wait, okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
That's Robin.
Love her though. She's a good
Oh yeah.
person.
Like me and Jiggy had so much fun teasing her, and it's so funny. Is sometimes we would say stuff in her chat. I would say stuff in her chat, and someone would like defend her, and I'm like, it's an inside joke, no harm, because as much as we gave her a hard time, she gave it right back, and that's what you want, you know, when you're having fun with somebody. And we used to have she would leave the show, and all of a sudden, like, 3.5 hour stream, late at night, and Rob's like, "All right, I'm gone," and then me and Jiggy, ding dong, the witch is gone, down the kid, yeah, out of think of it now. We always sang that when she left, and it was so funny. We always like, does she know we do this?
I did.
Probably.
John, the
No,
first time I heard him go off on her like that, I tore him a new one. I dragged him all up and you don't
jumped
talk
to
to
my
a senior
defense.
citizen like that. That's a grown woman. I mean, she's old enough to be your mother. You respect her. It's like, mom, we're just kidding. And I'm like, oh.
We're having fun. She gives it right back.
But you know what? Jiggy was the most astute man. He knew his people. He learned really quickly because he was that. Number one, I could take it. And number two, I could dish it back just the same. But, you know, it was a little bit of a process. It took like one show for him to get exactly where he could go. And he respected that too. You know, he always really respected me.
Well, that's why I couldn't quite fathom why he was going off on you, because I made it very clear to him when he was little, respect everybody where they are.
Yeah.
So I hear him. This was like the first time you were on, and that's the first time I actually heard him, you know, really. And I'm like, are you mad? You know, like I was walking to California about the humidifier and you. I said, I have to walk to Boston and kick your behind. Really?
I wish I could have heard that conversation. I wish I could have heard that.
Well, Donia, the apple didn't.
Thing, though. My mom would have went off and shit. How dare you talk to that lady like that? What is I raised you back? She would tell me, Mom, I'm having fun. It's a joke.
Oh, I mean,
but then
he
you noticed
get a word in, and he just shut up. He just completely shut down. I ran him up and down and back up and down again. And then finally said, "Are you finished now?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Mom, we are only joking on the show." I said, "Okay." And then Robin assured me after that, because I guess he must have said something to Robin. I don't know, but I think that's why Robin had me on on her show, to make me know that, you know, it was okay, you know, because I was really upset.
No,
about
you
that.
know what? We had you on our show because we were completely engaged. Okay, here's Jiggy's mom. Well, fuck, how cool is she? And, you know, you're just like your son, you have many layers and many facets. You know, the apple didn't really fall far from the tree there, Donia. Look at you and your experience and your life and your interests and your activities, your generosity. You know, just look, and I was friends with your kid for all those very attributes. You know, I don't know where I was going with that either.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna have to go. It's time to feed my puppies.
Yeah. Good night, John.
Thank
you, John.
Good
Thanks
to
for having
see
me
you.
on. And again, my condolences. I wish I had words of comfort, but just know you're wrong.
I've had words of comfort with you, just you all being on here. That's why I'm coming on every day to tell you what's happening, what's new, what's not new, whatever. I owe that not just to his community, but my community as well. Because, I have a schedule and I'm not following that schedule right now, but I want them to know that I have not forgotten them. But there's just so much paperwork to do and there's so many phone calls. And I still, you know what? And what's really, really sad is I still haven't got my brother yet.
You still haven't what?
I still haven't told my brother yet.
Oh,
Were they close at all?
I
Yeah.
refer to a lot of people in the community because when I was a little kid, a girl lived down the street died of cancer, and walking home with her sister, someone comes out of their house and they scream, "Your sister's dead," because the parents had talked. And that's when she found out. And I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and it affected me to the point where I remember like, "Bee Gees, hey, Bee Gees." And she's like, "What's up, hon?" And I'm like, "I've got horrible news." And I had to tell her. And I did that with a couple other people, but
Yeah.
I don't want someone to be shocked. Like I was kind of shocked, but I want to bring let them know that okay, prepare yourself a little bit. It's
Yeah.
just it's a hard thing to do, but I feel it's a respect thing for Jiggy and for them. To let people you love to know that someone that they loved is no longer on this earth.
Well, I can't tell my brother until his plane lands in Massachusetts. He's away right now. And I'm not telling him when he's overseas right now.
No. When does he get back?
Today's Monday to Wednesday.
That's when, okay, that's just before. Okay, so what's happening Thursday? Oh, you're going on with Smoke on Thursday.
Yeah,
Donia.
yeah. But see, he never participated in any of he doesn't do the whole web thing. He doesn't do Facebook. He doesn't do any of that. But
Yeah.
so he won't find out from there. I clearly will call him when he gets into the house. But I wasn't going to call him while he was overseas and traveling.
Okay, John. Bye, sweetheart. Bye, Renee, if she's there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting ready to get off too. So I'll be
Okay.
back on tomorrow to give you any news and everything like that.
Wait, okay, remind me, because God, Donia, you understand, because you are a lady of seasoned age. Are we doing Wednesday or Sunday?
We're gonna do. I'll come on. I'll be on my own Wednesday. Oh, that's what I want to know. Are we coming on yours or are we going on mine?
Okay, I had assumed it was going to be on mine because Maggie and I do Wednesdays and Sundays. So whatever you decide, or not.
I wasn't going to do it till after yours. I was going to do it like in the afternoon.
In the afternoon on tomorrow?
No, Sunday.
Or I mean Wednesday, Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
See,
we'll get there. Okay, we'll get there.
Okay, well, let's just communicate back and forth until we really decide.
Because I'll be on every day.
Yeah, and your news is important. We are just, we're hanging on it, every word. News about Jiggy, and how better to get the news than from his mom. So whatever you're doing, we'll carry on with our, dumb stuff. But you do what you have to do. If there's an opportunity for you to come on, yay. If not, it's not. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Ray of Sunshine says, Robin, after your life. See, you guys know better than I do.
Actually, Ray of Sunshine knows me better than I know myself.
Okay, so that's like an important admin position right there.
Yeah, I know. She's good. She's good at that.
Cool.
But
okay.
I'm going to do my few dishes. I'm going to go take a shower, and I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to try to sleep. I slept pretty good last night. The night before, not so good. So maybe you'll let me sleep tonight.
Yeah, sleep is so
I
important.
want everything to be over. That's it. The thought of him laying in the funeral homes is not good. So, you know what I mean? He's going to be cremated and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
is he
can't
gonna
even
be
walk.
scattered, or you gonna park him
No,
someplace?
you know what? I really, well, that's his father, his sister, and his girlfriend. They decided that they want a little piece of him. I don't want any ashes. I don't even want to, I'm not even going to visualize that. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Because I'm also going to be cremated after I give my body to science. So, but I don't, I can't. I
yeah,
can't.
I want my
But I
kids
don't
to
want him laying
attend.
in the funeral home either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I told my kids I want just a little bit of me attached to a bottle rocket and lit and sent off at the ocean. Just a little
Mhm.
bit of me, because anyway, when I lost my partner, and I've never spoken about it, I had their ashes, and I even made polymer clay vials for some ashes for yeah,
Mhm.
because there were a couple of people who wanted his ashes,
Yeah.
and but so I understand people's desire for that. So, well, whatever you're gonna do, and you're gonna do it with love.
Right.
And
But I didn't get that far to ask him. I asked him some things, and then Liz knew a lot more things than I knew. So, but like I said, because he really wanted to give his body to science. But the reason why is because when he found out that I was doing it, he said, that's really a good idea. I think I want to do that. But he never did the paperwork for it. So
mm,
when I called them to take him, it had already been 12 hours. Well, what I understand now is that in
yeah, the
12 hours, the
deterioration.
system begins to break down. So,
Yeah,
but he didn't want to be cremated. He said he did not want to be in that casket and be, in the showroom. He said he
yeah,
wasn't a car. So,
no,
and I agree with that,
yeah, yeah,
so because I didn't want the same thing either. Because I remember my mother's funeral and it went on and on and on and on and on. And I was getting pissed because you know what I mean. My mother wasn't just, and she belonged to a lot of auxiliaries and clubs, and she did a lot in the neighborhood and stuff like that. So there were people coming in, walking past that casket that I didn't even know. You know what
mm,
I mean? And I kind of resented that. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because
I just
it's like a personal invasion, sort of
yeah. To me
over.
anyway. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I get it.
but
Yeah.
yes, 6 drops, different kinds of people. Yes, 6 drops. Vera, how you doing, by the way? Um,
Hi,
but
Vera.
I'm gonna,
Hi, everybody that I don't even know over there, but hi.
you will though. You will. Yeah, so I'm
Good.
gonna do it after your show and come on because then I have my crew over here too, and they want to know what's happening because I'm usually on
Okay.
cooking or whatever. The DIY I
And
should have
we'll
probably
announce you too.
yeah,
We'll put a link if you have a minute to show up in the chat to post a link.
yeah, I will. I will. I'll show up in the chat and everything like that. But I because I usually on Sunday I usually do couponing, but I will leave this right now till my son gets gets sent off in his rocket ship.
Yeah. Yeah. To the great beyond. Um, yeah.
I
Oh boy, Dunia. Okay, so you've got a lot of Jiggy's friends who are now your friends, and
mhm.
we're all here, in the big group hug and shit. Um, so we're gonna be just following you and waiting for the news. And boy, thank you so much for that. Thank you,
Oh
thank
yeah,
you.
I'm definitely going to keep everybody informed. They have to know what's going on, because you were very instrumental in my son's life, you know. And this is what I tried to even get his father to come on, and he said he's not ready for that. Yeah, he may still,
Yeah,
whatever, but I have to do this. I'm his mother. I have made friends with his friends, and so we have to hold one another up. And a lot of, like I said, I really needed to call Smoke King, and I might try to do it now because he's taking it really bad.
If
Really
you
good.
do get hold of him, would you please give him my condolences and my love and hugs and
Mhm.
all the stuff that I intend to say to him. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So everybody, I'm going to get ready to go off and do what I got to do to get ready for bed and stuff like that. And thank everybody for coming on. Six Drops, Vera, Ray of Sunshine. Ray of Sunshine, thank you so much. Anytime you want to come up, come up. And Ashley, all those people, thank you. And I will be on tomorrow, probably about the same time I came on tonight, just to give you an update, because I know there's an update. And his GoFundMe page is in the, what is that, the banner going around and
Yeah.
round and round.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Even if you can just only afford a couple bucks, which is
yeah.
me. But yeah, anything.
Well, why I say that is because he did, my ex-husband and I were going to pay for the funeral. He did not have any insurance because of his insurance lapsed because he couldn't pay it because he got sick and the
Independent
bills.
contractor. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was an independent contractor, so that went. So he had medical things and stuff like that. He was on, I think, Medicaid and things like that, but he didn't have, and so he had money for certain things, but not for that. So we're good with that. But his sister has his GoFundMe page up because what we want to do, we want to have a little, well, they want to have a little repast for him, but then we want to give the nieces and his grandchildren, his grandchild. That's the only child. He never had any children, but it's his grandchild by his girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's his girlfriend's granddaughter. And like I said, he raised her daughter since she was 10 or 11 years old, as he raised a lot of the kids in the community. But he raised her, he lived in the house with her and everything. And so we want to give them something,
Yes.
something monetary that they can put in the bank. Ooh, potato chips. You may not have those potato chips when you come back tomorrow, so you may have to go back.
I don't blame you.
You all getting ready to go?
Yeah.
You're gonna kiss me, or you just gonna walk up?
I know.
Oh, so your head hurt. Get some sleep. Good night. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello and good night, sweetheart.
Good night.
That's Amira. She's usually on. That's Adia. Hello.
Oh, baby. Hi, sweetheart.
Call me as soon as you get home, because if I have to walk over to your house around the corner barefoot, it will not be pretty, and it's
She's
cold
gonna
outside.
kick your ass. Hey,
Mhm.
you scared the hell out of me, Donia. I gotta tell you. I hooked
You
up my
turned
air
on
purifier.
you turned on your humidifier, didn't you?
I sure the hell did. I'm not risking that, dude.
I'll tell everybody I was going to walk all the way to California barefoot.
Yes.
That means by the time I got to California, I was going to be on nuts.
And she was going to be grumpy. Yeah. Whew. I could not face opening the door to your rage and your bloody feet. Oh yeah, don't drag it in. Here, wipe your stumps here. Before you come in. Yeah. Donia, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having me on here.
Thank you all for loving my son. Thank you all for being there when I need you, because I really do need you. And there's nothing like having people that you can depend on. Like I said, I say this all the time. I may not get to meet all of you. I might not get to meet any of you, but I know you through the podcast and everything like that. And I also know you through my son, because like I said, when I talked to him, he's like, "No, Robin and I are friends, Mom. You just got to understand, it's just a show." And I'm like, "Okay." But
and we had a blast. We had I can't speak for him, but I had one hell of a time, Donia. It was, and you know what? Just briefly, during this lockdown and stuff, Jiggy's show was one of the things that sort of saved my life
Mhm.
because I also suffered a loss through this too. And,
Mhm.
so my show with Maggie and Jiggy going on with him, it, it kept me propped up
Yeah.
during some really deep depression.
See, I think with
Um,
the pen, yeah. Yeah.
no, I'm done. But yeah, there you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm
Oh,
so grateful.
I think when the pandemic hit for me, I was already home because I had had the stroke and everything.
Yeah.
So, and I had just made myself and God a promise. Look, if I can be here and do what I got to do, I'll find things to do because I can always find things to do in the house. Something always needs to be done in the
Yeah,
house. You know what I mean? So
sure.
I'm good. Yeah, and he said Jiggy was a lifesaver. Yeah, he was. Because like I said, I listened to him until I fell asleep. I would always tell you all I'm here, but I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I know you'd pass through.
And
Oh,
I would go to sleep with it on many times and stuff like that. And I would get up and Joey would still be resonating in my head, but it would be off. You know what I mean? But I haven't even gone over to the channel to listen to any of his shows. That
oh, I've been
Smoke King.
revisiting them regularly.
I really
Just
am not ready for that yet. I will. Smoke King sent me the ones from all the way back in the beginning on the radio station. So I will listen to
from
those,
the
but
early
not quite,
days.
yeah, not quite yet. Not quite yet. I'm just not ready for that. I have to get through the next 2 weeks. Once I get through the next 2 weeks, I'll breathe and then I'll start to listen to them. But right
Yeah.
now,
Or
mm-mm.
if you don't, that's okay too.
No, I will. I will.
Right?
You know, but
Okay.
I'm gonna say good night for everybody. It is my time to go to sleep because I have
Okay,
to get up and
sweetheart.
take,
I wish you
yeah,
good sleep.
yeah, and I'm
Um,
gonna take this paperwork tomorrow and everything like that and send it all in and everything. And
settle that.
I will hopefully everybody I will have all of his pictures and his music and all of that somehow on somehow done. I think my granddaughter will have to do that because she knows how to do that better than I do.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Genocide. I think I'm saying it right. And then
Jonathan.
his music,
Yeah.
then have all his stupid music, his silly music, but because most of it was Sesame Street stuff that I remember, and a few. Oh, and then he liked the music that he listened to as he got older was when he was about like 12 or 13 was Convoy.
I don't know.
Look it up, okay? It
Convoy.
was something about truckers and things like that. He was
Oh, that was
obsessed.
one song, Convoy. It was like a country western crossover
Yeah.
song. Okay, I remember that.
Okay, so I'm telling him on him now because he used to listen to country and western music all the time because I
What?
listen to country. Yeah, I can tell now that I used to listen to country and western music.
Charlie
I
Pride,
still do.
apartment number 9.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
honey. Yeah. Yeah. Look, oh, Jonacide knows what we were talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
Love Convoy.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy, all those old
I don't know
country
why they
west.
don't. I don't know why they think that New Englanders don't listen to country and western music. Most of us in New England, okay, that
Yeah.
especially lived in like New Hampshire or Vermont or Maine or had anything to do with New Hampshire, Vermont or Maine or down the Cape, all listen to country music because at first those were the only radio stations we had. We did
No.
have, I'm talking about at a younger age. In the
Yeah.
beginning, when I started listening to radio, okay, even though we
Right.
had record players and everything like that, we had country and western. We had a gospel station that was country and western. We had one radio station that was, I can't think of what his name was, but it was rock and roll. Okay. And then
Yeah.
we had a couple of talk shows. That was really about it for years. Okay. The further out into the north that you went, the more countrified it got.
That
that's
I
old.
never imagined.
Oh
Nobody
no,
knows that. Nobody knows
nobody
that.
knows that. And see, I'm 74 years old, so I'm going way back. Okay, to where
Huh.
we had like maybe 4 radio stations. We had 2 television stations. The
Okay.
television went off at 12 o'clock, and they
Yes,
played the
yes.
national anthem. Okay,
Star
and then there was
Spangled Banner. Yep.
it was Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem, and then it
And then
was completely
Fuzz.
dead. Nothing
Uh,
but fuzz.
uh,
Okay, and so
yeah.
the radio stations.
You know what? I remember having such a crush on Johnny Cash.
Mhm.
Oh, oh, take that. Gotta take that.
No,
They're letting you know they're home.
yeah, she let me know she's home. And
Yay.
oh, they
Uh,
better. I will walk. They only live around the corner, but I threatened them to go barefoot around the corner when it's cold outside. Hello, you home? All right. Good night, honey.
all right. Jiggy taught me how to say that. All right. All right. I finally got it right. He drilled me on it almost an entire freaking show. All right.
The Massachusetts in the early days was really almost nothing but country and western. We had one rock and roll
That's
station.
amazing.
I don't think that I recognized that rock and roll station until I must have been about 9 or 10. Because we listened to the radio. I remember they used to come on with the shadow on the radio station.
The shadow knows.
Okay, and the yep, and the what was the other one? The squeaking door or something like that.
Oh God. Yes. The sound effects were amazing, and you just
Yeah, and
got
scared the
totally captivated.
scared the bejesus out of me. I would run out the room when that thing came on.
Okay, the Tales from the Crypt, was that?
Now I don't remember that.
No, the squeaking God, I remember the squeaking door, and it was really scary.
Yeah,
If you had all the
yeah,
lights off except one in the room, and then you'd hear that. Yeah.
and yeah, because I spent most of my time in the library. So
So did I. So did I. It was a mile away from my house, and all through school, after my mom divorced my dad when I was I would walk to that library. Yeah, and
mm,
it always smelled so good. I loved the smell of the library. You
yes, I
walk
did
up and
too.
down the aisles, and yeah, libraries have this smell, you guys. Um,
I
yeah,
haven't
I used to.
been I haven't been in a library in years.
Me neither. I have 2 library cards though,
I
but
don't
I
even have a
haven't been
library card.
years.
I have my own library right out in my living room.
Oh, I used to too. God, I used to have
Yeah.
so many books.
Well, mine are mostly cookbooks though, but yeah. But I have a
I
lot of other books. I've given a lot of those books away to people and stuff like that. But mine are mostly cookbooks. But I mean, and Joey read everything. I mean, read everything. He's, what are you reading? I'll tell him whatever. He said, well, when you finish, I want to read it. I'm like, really? Okay. Yeah. Like I said,
Aw,
he's going to be missed.
he will be missed. He's already missed because okay, this is what Monday. Many times on a Monday, I'd be looking for the notification on
Mhm,
Twitter to
mhm.
come on the show. Um, the- yeah, and the way the lockdown has gone, I sleep like around the clock, off and on and off and on, off and on.
Mhm.
And sometimes, like at 3 o'clock on Monday, I'd go, do I have time for a nap before I get the notice? And sometimes I would wake up late. But yeah, Mondays were one of the days when the notice would come out, to come on the show. And then sometimes Tuesdays, sometimes
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Who is this now? What's wrong, Amira? What's wrong?
Do you have to go?
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. No, she forgot her charger. She's got to
Oh,
come back. They live around the corner.
yeah. Oh, you're such a grandma. Yeah. What's wrong?
Hey, Renee, you got 3 library, but I can't get used to the Kindle. I cannot get used to the Kindle. I got to have a book, okay,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
pages and things like that. I've tried to read on the Kindle,
Me
and I
too.
just don't get it. I probably will try harder because Joey kept telling me it's not really that hard. And I said, well, maybe for you, but it's
Well,
just
it's
hard
not
for
that
me.
it's hard. It's just not sasatisfying like a book is,
No,
turning the
no,
pages.
but so I admire anybody that can read their Kindle because I mean I have on my no, in fact I don't even have my tablet because I gave it to my daughter because I don't even use my tablet, so I gave it to my daughter. So
Yeah, I have Kindle on my laptop, and you click to read each page. You click and you read it, and then you click. And I also have a Nook. It's a Kindle copy. The Nook is put out by Barnes and Noble, and I have tons of books on that Kindle that I haven't charged in years. It's not like reading a real book. It's reading, and there's a story
yeah,
there, but it's not the same.
because I remember when Joe used to get comic books, and when he and his father and I were together, he would say, "What are you doing with that comic book?" And I said, "He's reading." And he said, "Well, that's really not reading." And I said, "Oh, yes, it is. It really is."
It's telling a story, which is
Mhm.
what any kind of a book is all about. Well, unless it's a physics textbook. Well, that tells a story
Don't
too.
do it. My granddaughter is taking the is studying physics right now. She's
Good.
getting ready to graduate in May with what is it? Biomedicine. I don't
Oh,
even know what
that's
that is.
huge. That's huge, and it's gonna get what we rely on. Well, we already are biomedicine. Yeah, which direction of biomedicine?
She explained it to me, but
I get it. Didn't know
I
what she
thought it was
was.
like taking a little baby and trying to make it speak whatever language they're supposed to be speaking.
French. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether they're French or German or whatever,
Yeah,
taking a
yeah.
little baby that's still mumbling, okay, and trying to make it understand something. Okay, she was just here
Yeah.
this morning, and she had a biochemistry test or something like that. Now I understand quantum physics, but understand that that's a leap of physics. That quantum physics is something else altogether different than physics. But I
Yeah.
only had
Oh, no
chemistry in
kidding.
college. Yeah, it's
Because
more
quantum is a lot of projection and
right.
analytics and yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I can project and analytic all I want. This is biomedicine, okay? This is some
Yeah.
kind of physics that has to do with some kind of chemicals that have to do with, and I still don't remember. The only thing I remember in my chemistry is H2O. That's the only thing. How, between that and trigonometry, okay?
Oh, Lordy.
I don't know how I'm telling you, some angels came in the room and took over my testing and stuff like that in my study. Because as soon as I left the classroom, I forgot everything. I don't know how
Oh,
I got these notes because I don't
oh,
remember nothing.
bless your heart. That's the kind of a student I was. But I give up real soon.
Six drops, I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. It might be the jellyfish and everything like that. I don't know. Okay. Or pig hearts transfer. I really don't know. But she's
Yeah, I think it's studying like the human physiognomy,
I
whatever that
guess I
is,
don't know.
at the cellular level. I think that's what I understand about it. There's a cellular approach to it.
I believe so. Okay. I'm just
That's
you
all I
forgot
know.
it. Okay, now you gotta call me all over again.
Oh, she came back for her charger.
Yeah. They're
Re-kiss.
just around the corner. Both of them. See you all tomorrow. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, and she was telling me about some of the things that she did and, and everything like that. Now, earth science, I understand because that's plant life. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Human development science, I understand because that's human development in the brain and stuff like that. If you ask me something about the brain, pretty much I remember. So I can do that because I did have to study all that. However, okay, the reason why I did not get an MD and I got a PhD was
Yeah.
because I don't want to know any of that stuff. Number one. Number two, okay, I'll tell you a secret. I went into the to look at something in the what is it, that room that we went into. I don't even know that they have them
The
in, but
arena.
the observatory. And I'm
Oh.
watching this doctor operate on this guy's brain. And I just went in to look, right? The next thing I know, they were picking me up off the floor.
Oh, honey, I get you.
I mean, and I'm not scared of blood or anything like that, but that's not what I wanted to do.
That's, yeah.
And my mother was a nurse, okay? And she was a midwife. And, back in the old days when, whatever, but she was an LPN. So she took me, I begged her. I said, Mom, please take me. Let me help you with the baby and stuff like that. My mother said, I don't think you want to go.
Kids don't know.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So finally, I was 13. Okay. Finally, she gave in and said, okay, come on, kid. She takes me in there. This woman starts screaming. I start screaming. My mother said, make sure to go in the other room. Okay. I told my mother, if I ever ask you to take me again, punch me. Just punch me. Straight in the face.
Yeah, there's some stuff you just don't want to know. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's not true. Stoners remember more than you think. Although I am not a stoner. Although I am not a stoner. Let it be known to you that years ago, when I was in my 20s and I was in school, I smoked all the time.
You know what? It does kind of
Not
release
cigarettes.
creative
Not cigarettes.
stuff. I know what you're talking about. They know what you're talking about, Donia. Yeah, I never really touched it until I was 30. I was 30
I
because
was in
I
my
had kids
late
to raise.
20s.
Yeah, I had
Well,
I had my kids
when
to
I
raise.
was about 32.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it was just okay. I tried it again. Well, I tried it when I was 21. My sister passed one to me, and I thought I was going to throw up, so I never touched it again until I was 30, and then intermittently, and then regular, and and I was doing it, of course, when it was illegal.
Yeah.
But if you just, it's not to the, who, I hate getting stoned. I hate getting stoned. But go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye. I do not want to get stoned. You know what I mean? But because
I know, well, because I get kind of sicky too, because I have a heart condition, and everything in moderation. So, I love my pot. And I do it daily, not, like as soon as my feet hit the floor in the morning, but I really did it when I was on with Jiggy.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But my doctor said to me, because I have to go to the doctor's again Wednesday, and he said to me a couple of weeks ago, I can give you a prescription for marijuana. And I said, well, I don't want marijuana to smoke. Okay. But I do want that gel that you can rub on your knees and stuff like that. That's supposed to take the pain away.
Topical. Yeah. Yeah. That's mostly CBD. And it is really effective topically. Yeah, for relieving pain, especially inflammation.
Yeah.
If you've
Well, I
got
have
that
arthritis in both knees.
inflammation. Yeah.
Yeah, so I might do that, but I don't want it to smoke because I really don't want to be smoking and then go out into the street and go, where am
Oh,
I?
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Right in front of my house, you know?
I
So,
know, directing traffic in your nightgown because you feel so good. Yeah.
well, I do pajamas, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, you know, or I
Yeah.
don't want to get in the car and drive off and then, you know, wonder where I am. That happened to me once, but I was drunk. Well, that was the first
Oh,
Mother's
oh,
Day without my mother, and I'll tell that story some other time. But you know
sure.
what I mean. And I was in my own element, but I didn't know where I was. So you know,
Oh,
I don't want to do any of that.
I get
Not
it.
even
Yeah,
that.
it's not a comfortable, easy feeling. It's
Well, it's not an easy feeling because I'm so old that most of the people that I know would say, "Didn't she know better than that? What is
yeah,
wrong with her?"
I know, judgy. Yeah, you'll be judged. You'll judge
You
yourself
think?
too.
You think? You know, so I'm not going to do that. So, you know, I think that the topical will be good for me. Maybe I have to
I
really
think
think
so
about it.
too. You know,
Yeah.
I really think so too. And I can't give any medical advice because I'm still worried. Did you know what I
Mm.
did for a job, Dania?
Mm-mm.
I managed a doctor's office.
Oh, okay.
I just recently retired due to the lockdown, but I worked for 19 years managing this doctor's office. And I can't give advice, but I can tell you what I have heard and learned that CBD is very, very effective topically.
That's what my
Okay.
doctor is telling me. And that's what a
Well,
couple of
listen
my
to your
friends have told me.
doctor. Listen to your doctor. Don't be
I
like your
actually,
son.
no,
What
I
would
respect
Jiggy
my
do?
doctor.
In this case, don't do what Jiggy would do.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, no. But no, I listen to my doctor. I respect him because he listens to me. So, all right, I
You know
really am
what?
going to
That's
go.
the best doctor, the one who hears you.
Mhm. I'm going to go because you know it is 9:43 and
Okay,
little
and I'm gonna
by
go live in about 15 minutes, and I don't know what the hell I'm gonna say because I think I said everything here to you, but
yeah,
it'll
little by little, I'm shrinking into a pumpkin. You know, it's kind of like the Wicked Witch of the West when Dorothy threw the water on her and she said,
melting.
"I'm melting."
Yeah. Oh, so good
That's
to see
why
you,
I don't
Dania.
get high. That's why I don't get high because I'm already simple.
You're already simple just by association. See? Because I had a couple of hits of my vape pen, and so I think you got it by osmosis.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
Well,
you
good
get a
night,
pass.
everybody. Good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
everybody. Thank you,
God
Dania.
bless. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. God bless. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble, Robin.
No,
Okay.
don't you be the bossy of me. Don't you boss me.
Well, somebody's got to. Joey's not here anymore, so I guess he left you to me.
Oh, geez, the apple does not fall far from the tree, does it?
And remember, I
Huh?
will walk to California.
You would, honey, you scare the shit out of me. Okay, what a pleasure, Dania. Love you, dear.
I will talk to you later. Love you all. Good night. God bless. Stay safe. Hold your families tight. Tell somebody you love them. And I'll hopefully see you tomorrow.